Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Today we are rewind planning the week of July 23rd to 29th, and I'm using this kit from Scribble Prints Co. It's called Wild and Free. It's an older kit, but I thought it'd be perfect for my second kind of half week in Austin. Since everyone said this reminded them of Texas with all the cacti and succulents and things. So that's why I chose to use this one, and I just really love the colors, and I love how this week turned out actually, as you'll see as we go on. I decided to bring in silver foil with this spread. I don't have as much rose gold, which maybe could have gone, but I thought silver would work, so I'm using these rose colored Daze date dots. So this week I was in Austin until Wednesday evening when I started to fly home. So you'll see some of my plans there and what I did when I go back home, which was, I probably should have journaled a bit because I was struggling to remember what I even did because I got sick on the way home. But yeah, I'm just going to white out everything. I thought I should take this time while I'm setting up the spread to talk about the week before because I did pre-plan that week for you guys. So basically I got into Austin at about midnight on Wednesday the 18th and I just checked in and kind of crashed. You would have seen my vlogs which are up on my channel, so definitely check out the vlogs. But Thursday, I was kind of like super tired and sick from all the flying, so I kind of just chilled in my room and I slept until like 1 p.m. So that was really good. I just didn't do much on Thursday. Friday, I went out to the Starbucks and I bumped into some new people, Renee and Andrea. So we hung out a bit and went to the EC store and everything. Had a sort of plan a meetup at Velvet Taco and then the Erin Condren store, and then I went and had dinner with a whole bunch of SBC crew and Holly and Viv and Irene and Cynthia and Marg, and I think Kiki was there as well. There's a picture up, and Amanda at Uchiko, which was delicious Japanese food. Then we went out to Punch Bowl Social, and I didn't actually drink anything in the end. I don't know what happened. I was totally out of it that weekend. I kind of regret not doing more, but oh well. Then the Saturday was the day of the party, and it was just super awesome. You've seen the swag haul, and I collected autographs in my planner and gift swapped and just fangirled all over the place. And then there was a post-party in Carolyn Plan's awesome suite where I just looked at the swag and just hung out and ate pizza. And then on Sunday, which you will see the vlog of that coming up this Sunday, I hung out with Mandy, Denise, Shira, their partners, and Samantha Plans, and we went and got barbecue and saw the greetings from postcard, got bubble tea, and then Samantha and I got Erin Condren again, and then I just sort of chilled in my room. I don't know, I'm terrible, but anyway, this was the sidebar. I just put my YouTube videos in there and then the dinners, and then I made these clear stickers for my usual habit tracker texts just so I could get them done. The pen I'm using I actually got as a swap from the party, and it's the kind of pen that everyone's sort of going to be using, which is the Uniball Signo, and I actually really enjoy it, so I have to go buy some more because I love it. Yeah, the first half of the weekend was really great. The second half is not as everyone ended up being super busy, so I probably should have just gone home on Monday, to be honest, but I just chilled and did some shopping. Yeah, just everyone had gone home by then, so I don't know. I'm just putting in the full boxes and I'm just scattering them around, which I think this is probably the easiest way to scatter, is that you just white out some of the lines as you go, and it works, you know. You don't have to use too much whiteout as well. I got this idea from Andrea, obviously at Scribble Prints Co. she's always good at working that stuff out. But I love these colors. Like, it's kind of busy, all the full boxes and stuff, but I live for the colors. So now we're just doing all that. I know, I think there's always like a sort of post down time where you're just like, oh, that's all over with, and then I know. I like lean to being depressed, so I was just kind of sad afterwards. I think Samantha Bland's was similar as well, but I think mental health wise we're kind of similar, which is funny. But I loved hanging out with her, and I should have hung out with her more. Oh well. I think next time, the next few corporate planner stuff, I will try and do more. Try and reach out to people. I think that was my problem, is that I was too scared just to ask people what they were doing, and so I didn't actually do a lot of the big group stuff. I was hoping they would, invite me along, but, introverted, social anxiety life. I don't mean to be such a downer, but these are just sort of my thoughts and feelings of how can I improve next time. It was a bit overwhelming to meet all these new people, and hopefully in New York in September and at PlannerCon in March, I can do a bit better and be a bit more proactive with trying to hang out with people and stuff. I just hate being like, could I please come along? Oh well. Okay, now we can do the plans so I can stop being lame and a baby. So the first I had to put a glitter purple box because it was Holly's birthday on the 23rd, and I met Holly at the party and she is so cool. I was all like, hot eyes, I love you. She's just so chill and easy to talk to, and I love how loud she is. So I put a little silver bow from Scribble Prints Co to mark that it was Holly's birthday. So very happy birthday to her, belated, very belated. And then that morning, the first thing I did was go across the street to the Starbucks. I'm using this J. Crew Plan Starbucks run. It's a digital download that I made into a sticker. And I'm just using a paper and milk iced coffee sticker because they're super cute. And I can use them across the 3 days that I was able to get Starbucks. If you want to know why I kept going, is that usually I do have a morning coffee and it's just a plain iced latte with non-dairy milk and no extras, so I feel like it's not too bad health-wise. And then I usually have that every morning, so I had to go get it from Starbucks because it was close by. Then I used a little TM planner from Scribble Prints Co, an old $3 Thursday, and I just did some journaling at Starbucks, which is just really nice, just to write down everything that was happening. And now I'm just looking for stickers. I haven't edited this at all, so this is like raw footage. But the other problem with doing stuff in these last couple of days is that it was like 41 degrees Celsius. It was so hot, so I didn't want to wander too far. But I used this Celeste Scribbler grocery shopping because I went to Whole Foods, picked up some fun snacks, and then this 100 million steamy eating ramen because I went to Jinya Ramen Bar and it was super delicious. And then I also got some bad family news in that Lachlan's Auntie Sue passed away. It was kind of shocking because we knew that she was going into palliative care. She was diagnosed with cancer suddenly, and they thought she had 6 to 8 weeks left, so we were thinking we could go to the UK afterwards, after I got back from Austin to see her, but sadly she passed away on the Monday. And the families decided not to have a funeral. Well, it was in her will, so We're not going to the UK at all now. But I just marked that with a sad munchkin from What's More With Love and a Clever Girl Craft heart to mark that, because I like putting a little heart there. So moving on to Tuesday. So Monday I just didn't feel like doing anything after that, so I just got a room service burger, which was really tasty. But anyway, Tuesday, another Starbucks run. And if you want to know why it has no S, it's like an in-joke with Jessica, because when she writes it in a planner, she can never fit the S. So, you know, it's all about the Starbucks run. So I went to Starbucks, and then I went to a few shops. I went to Nordstrom, Sephora. I got a Starbucks mug and everything. So I marked that with a half box coming up. And I used a shopping girl from Whimsical Cat Studio, which I love, super cute. My hair's not black anymore, but I just continue using the black haired characters. My hair's a lot more not like the Celeste scribbler these days. And then I also went and got cupcakes from Sprinkles, which was next door to the Starbucks. So I was trying to figure out how to mark this. In the end, I couldn't find a cupcake sticker, so I just used this bow from Scribble Prints Co. and I wrote Sprinkles cupcakes in, and they were pretty good. I enjoyed the buttercream and stuff. It's hard to find good cupcakes, I think, in the end, but they were alright. And then I just went to my room and I packed. And I'm just going to ruin this appointment label first, because I was like, well, it already says pack. And this is from Once More With Love and her like planner conference bucket list sheet, which is, you know, perfect. I had to get it because I went to one. So I'm just going to use a top flag from the kit to put with the pack, which I'm going to do in a minute. But as you see, I just didn't do as much as I had planned to do. I don't know. It was just so hot, and I wasn't really sure about getting all these Ubers by myself and stuff, so I just kind of chickened out. Story of my life. Then the rest of the night I just binge watched. Oh, I didn't mark that I got tacos at this Tex-Mex place called Cyclone Anea. Anyway, I got tacos from there, but I didn't put it in my planner like a weirdo. It is in my dinner sidebar though. But I went to Tex-Mex place, and then I just binge watched YouTube, and I just used a paper milk word sticker and a foil YouTube button from Scribble Prints Co. And then I'm just putting in my another Wednesday Starbucks run. So I went to the Starbucks first thing in the morning, and then I checked out. I just used a sticker from the kit, and then I just had them hold my bag, because then I went and had lunch with Maggie from Caress Press, who was the coolest, the nicest, such an easy person to talk to. I loved hanging out with her. Yeah, just Maggie is so cool. It's kind of weird because I feel like other than the name Maggie and that she had a baby, I like knew nothing about her. But I don't know, I just really enjoyed having lunch with her. We went to Jack Allen's, and I had a really delicious, they call it sloppy Jack, but it was a sloppy Joe, which we don't really have in Australia. It's just not a thing unless you go to like an American restaurant. And it was really delicious, and then we shared a peach cobbler, which was so good. We don't really do cobblers either, not like in restaurants or anything. You kind of have to make all this stuff yourself. So that was really good. And I just used the little brunching munchkins from What's More With Love, just because it kind of still matched, even though it was lunch. And it was just so cool to meet her and talk with her. I mean, I met her on the Friday night at Punch Bowl, and it was kind of like, oh my god, Maggie from Caress Press. And then we just hung out before I left. And then I just went to the airport. And I had to get a plane to Houston first, and I got enchiladas there. And Houston's a crazy airport. Like, I didn't expect it to be so big and fancy. And then I flew out from there to Auckland. Technically, I left Wednesday night, but I didn't land into Auckland in New Zealand until Friday morning. So literally the entirety of Thursday is gone. So I used the Simply Gilded lilac washi to mark out the whole day. I'm just going to use a wonton and million flying wonton to mark flying all day long, which I think is cute. I love wontons. I met Cynthia at the party and she was so sweet. I love wontons. I was just like, oh my god, I love your wontons. That was really cool. But yeah, I just watched a whole bunch of movies on the plane, and I read some of Harry Potter. I'm on Prisoner of Azkaban right now. And I watched, like, I don't know why I watched Red Sparrow, but I did. And I watched The Disaster Artist, and Lady Bird. I rewatched The Death of Stalin, which I highly recommend. I love that film. I first saw it in the UK, and it's just, I love that film. Jason Isaacs is so good in it. I just love Jason Isaacs, by the way. But other than that, just to mark the flying all day, I put the little wonton there and just wrote flying all day long. But yeah, I watched a lot of films and stuff. And then I watched like the first 2 episodes of Westworld to try it out. We'll see about watching more of it. I'm trying to get Lachlan into it, but he's not that interested. And then when I landed on Friday morning, I was waiting for my plane. And then about half an hour before it was supposed to go, I got an email that our flight was cancelled. And this was a flight from Auckland to Adelaide. So it was a direct flight home. And it was they only do it once a day. So it was a mess. We all had to line up at the transfer information desk, and like a whole flight worth of people, and they only had like 2 people working, and then sometimes there was only 1 person working, and they had to rebook everyone on different flights, and it was just, I was there for hours. I waited in line for an hour by itself, trying to get these information. So then we had to fly through to Sydney, and then when we got to Sydney, we had to get flights booked for us to get to Adelaide, because in New Zealand they couldn't do the domestic flight technically for us. So then I had to wait until my flight to Sydney, which was a couple of hours later. So I got to Sydney and did all that, and then the ground staff, when we landed, were like, oh, what's happening? We didn't realize there was a whole plane like, they had no idea what was happening. They just knew some passengers needed to know about new flights, but they didn't realize it was an entire plane. So then they said, go to Virgin, which is on one side of the airport. So I went to Virgin, and they're like, oh, we don't have any bookings for you. You're going to have to go upstairs to arrivals and talk to Air New Zealand. So I went out and did that, and they were in the middle of the airport. And they're like, okay, we actually got to a flight on Qantas, so I had to go to the literally opposite side of the airport again from Virgin to get my Qantas flight. And then my flight wasn't until like 6 p.m. So technically I didn't get home until 8 hours after I was supposed to be home. It was crazy, and I was getting so sick. And you can probably hear I'm still super sick. But I used a little, like, angry once more, love munchkin, like, stressed. And then I used a side eye wonton. And then I used a little plain paper milk maru. And then some little, like, Valentine's Day marus from Paper Milk. Because I was finally home with Lachlan. And then I used a pumpkin paper co sleepy girl. Because I went to bed early. Because I was just so tired and sick. Yeah, that was my big Friday. So I was supposed to get home at 10:30 a.m. and I got home at like almost 8 p.m. Yeah, so that day was gone. So Saturday I used a Love Shira unpack luggage sticker, which I loved. I got it at the party. Then I used a Fox and Pip like snuggly girl. She's smiling, but it was more like I'm getting sick, so I need to relax in a blanket. And then Lachlan and I just caught up on all of our YouTube and TV that we watched together. So I used a TV foiled icon from Scribble Prints Co. And then I used a little Munchkin button and cork couple sticker just to mark that I snuggled with Lachlan. So there we go. And then at the bottom I just used a pillow sticker from Toffee Bananas because I just stayed in bed basically. I got the sticker from the party as well, and I just made a big order from Toffee Bananas because it's so cute. I just put that over some washi. I kind of ran out of words there. Kind of confused. Saturday and Sunday is a little bit confusing for me because I was getting so sick. So some of these stuff might have been on opposite days. Just saying. But I used a Happy Day like steak sticker because we cooked brisket like Texas barbecue because we found that our local place that we like to shop at had brisket randomly. It's not a like very popular cut here. So we're like, yeah, let's make brisket like you had in Texas. It was really, really delicious. We had tons of leftovers. So we did that. I think I'm just looking through stickers. Sorry about that. Whoa. I just used a sick day munchkin from What's More Love because I was like, yep, it's a sick day. Although I still managed to film my swag haul because I really just wanted to go through it. I didn't really go through it at all while I was in Texas, so I wanted to look at everything up close. And I just used a little filming icon that was silver foil from SPC. I used a lot of that sheet for this week because I thought it was super cute. And I think they actually work perfectly in half boxes and stuff. And at the end of the night, Lachlan and I rented The Greatest Showman. And I used a little star foil sticker from SPC as well. As a historian, it's a terrible film. And I feel like it's actually super, like, just as a film, it's super flimsy and thin. And it felt like it could have been at least 30 minutes to an hour longer to really build the characters, you know. But I really enjoy the music, and it was a very pretty film, so just enjoy it on a face value, to be honest. That's how the spread kind of came out. I decided to make it super shiny and silvery because, you know, it's a vacation week. So I broke out the rose-colored Daze silver overlays, as well as some from the Sticky Committee. Just so cool stars and things. So shiny. It's always hard to figure out what to do with double boxes, so I just did confetti ones over those. I know it's a lot of overlays, but when you have special weeks, you should use them because it's fun and shiny. And I have a few of them, you know. I invested. So yeah, look at that Viv wiggle. Ah, amazing. Now I'm just going to very quickly get all the decor at the top. It's super tiny, so you can fit a ton up there. And it got a bit fiddly. But I think I'm going to leave that here. You can probably hear my voice. I'm just, I mean, it's like a week later and I'm still crazy sick, actually. Which is fun, but oh well. Hopefully I'll get better soon. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. I'm going to be having a giveaway very, very soon as I hit 2,000 subs, which is very soon. It's crazy. I love you guys. Thank you so much for subbing. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.